Young me like got me up. I want to be live, but I swear not easy. I've been rapping my own man and getting the market was doing. I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names. All the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When the suffering, the sources I can't pay the poor, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Lepe, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day. One day. I feel it good. One day.
I know some kind of pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so angry. My papa was so angry. My friend was here on my knee. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way. This is person that don't give her money. Don't give her money, oh. Don't give her money. I want make mama happy. Want make papa happy. Want make my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, I feel it good. Why you know you hustle? Why say you go by the Genesis? Shall come at the fire, shall come at the power. I feel every working on witnesses. In my love for the my, in my love for the my. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the reach, all in the reach, all in the sun.
My mama was so angry.
No for air.
My papa was so angry. My friend was here on my knee. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Armando, you are a famous star now. So what do you have to say to the audience out there?
Well, the audience out there, I want to see keep focused. Maybe all they want to.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. We wake up at 64 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. But don't be despair. The sun is coming up and we're going up to the 80s. Unlike the other people on the West Coast, we're going to be sunny, hot, but not to kill you. Okay, the heat wave has not hit us yet. The heat wave is coming. Yeah, it's coming. But until then, enjoy. Okay? So, that's why they say it's going to be hot, but okay. Anyway, make sure you got your sunscreen, whatever you need to put on your skin to protect you from the sun. And go out there, have some fun, okay? Let me sip my coffee in the meantime. My topic for this morning: Liberia needs competent leaders. I'm sorry I put Liberian. I don't know why. Why I was thinking when I did that. Why I put Liberian? Lord. Liberia needs competent leaders. Let me just correct that for this, because it will bug me if I don't correct it. I've been walking around being all bugged out. Okay, Liberia needs competent leaders. And second, Dr. Glenn S. Prescode, Community Self-Help Vocational Baking School on the Buduburam Refugee Camp in the Republic of Ghana. So let me take a break, sip on my coffee again, and I'll start my topic right after this break. The reason for my topic this morning, Liberia needs competent leaders, is because every day I see the news. Every day I talk about this yesterday briefly when I talk about the three things we need to do, how we need to have educated people, teaching our people about patriotism and reinforcing all of that. That's part of leadership. Now, today I'm going to detail about all of that because as a military man, leadership is a part of my upbringing. It's a part of my training. And you will not find any better leaders anywhere than in the United States military. So it behooves me to go back into my military training and dig up those things about leadership that my people need to know about and take my time and teach you. Because I'm so frustrated every time I hear the problems in my country. Our problem is leadership. It's leadership. And leadership is not something you can learn in school. You can go to college all you want. You can't learn it. You can't learn it. But at least in the military, when you have people's lives in your hands, when you have people direction and people future in your hands, you have a greater responsibility without even being educated. When you're a sergeant, when you're first sergeant first or you're private first, from private first class up, you start learning leadership. Because that's when responsibilities are placed upon you. So from PFC, you start learning about leadership, about governance, guiding people, directing people, making decisions. Because there are times in combat, people will die. And you need people who never led before to step to the plate and lead. So we teach leadership through the whole spectrum of the military, from the top to the bottom. You got to learn leadership because you don't know when the responsibility will fall on you, and you better step to the plate like a man and take up the responsibility. That's a mission, and you got to fulfill your mission. So this is the kind of training we need in our country, because right now we don't have many educated people. As you can see from my experience, from my experimental project in Ghana right now, with our Buduburam Camp baking school, everybody is competent to lead. But you got to find those or be blessed to have those that have that innate ability, no matter what area of the spectrum you find them in, whether they're educated, whether they're uneducated, they have that leadership, fortitude, integrity, and dignity in them. that you can tap into and build and make them leaders. So this is where we are in our country today. And every time I look at my country, it hurts me that we don't have leaders in my country to direct my people and lead us in the right path. So let me start teaching you about leadership, the military way. And if you follow me, we'll begin to breed young leaders who will understand what they want to do and their responsibilities in this life for our people. Because as we are today, we are a lost people. We need leaders at every spectrum of our lives. We need leaders. So when we get these young leaders that can rise, or old leaders that can rise and breed younger leaders to step to the plate and lead our people, our country will begin to sense a renewed birth, a renaissance, a movement of progress and advancement. And this will not come because we are educated. This will come because we are striving to be good leaders of our country. And through being good leaders, it demands that we excel through formal and informal education. So let's start my class right now, okay? What does it take to be a good leader? One, know your business. Know your business. Whatever it is, know your business. If you got to sweep the street, you better be a damn good street sweeper. If you got to pick up the trash, be a good trash picker. If you got to be an office boy, be a damn good office boy. And what does that entail? That entails being helpful to your boss, being helpful to your institution, being helpful to your country. At every level of our society, our people are important. We are important to our government. We are important to our leadership. We are important to our president. At every level of our society, our people are important to our leadership. So it behooves us as leaders to make sure that we know our business. Because when you know your business, you exude competence. You exude confidence. Okay? Because people want to follow a leader who is confident at their own abilities. So if you're a director for the street sweeping group and you don't know how to sweep, you just come there, somebody there appoint you, and you just come there, you take over, you just start giving orders. You don't know what to do. You don't know your business. And this what hurts our society. Because when you don't know your business, it takes away the dignity from your job. I'm a soldier. This is one of the most blessed things that could happen to me in my life because it took away the sense of all this pride and dignity and made me understand that I was a man first before anything else and how to take care of my business. So when you're in the army, it ain't matter where you are. When you gotta clean, you gotta clean. When your job gotta be done, the mission gotta be accomplished, it gotta be accomplished. Everybody getting down there and doing it. Everybody getting down there and doing it. And everybody got the part to play. So if you don't know your duties, if you don't know your business, how can you lead people? You can't lead people. And this has to change in our society. In Liberia, this is the only way our country will grow. Our mentalities have to change. We have to understand that anything you do, you got to know your business. If you don't know your business, you're out. So even we got all the street troopers in Monrovia, you'll form your little group. If your leader can't sweep group, he can't join the group, they can't lead you. How do we lead you? There's a lack in competent leadership. If you're an office boy, janitor, your job is not only to come in and clean up the place. No, your job is you're a public servant. You observe, you report, you question. You don't just come in and just the people think, let me just try to do the thing and just dump everything. No, then you don't know your business. There's a lack of professionalism in you because everything you do has a sense of professionalism. Even our people who are cleaning the street, if you understand your business and you respect yourself with integrity, that street sweeping job becomes a profession to you. I work in a prison. You know how many people in Liberia community can tell me, oh, you just a damn prison guard. Oh yeah, I'm a prison guard, but when you come to prison, you will want a professional like me to protect you, or else your life could be miserable in prison, or you might not come out. You know, and that what makes me proud of my job, because some people think it's a lowly job to be a guard, but when I go to work every day, I get the training that makes me want to be a professional. That makes me want to take that job from where it is to another level. And that's what they have done to corrections in this country. Excuse me. And that's what they have done to corrections in this country. They have taken it to another level. Because when you put on that uniform and go to work, you know you're going to work as a professional. You're not going to beat on people. You're going to rehabilitate people. Your job is not only to lock people up. Your job is to help the system with rehabilitating. Wherever the mission of the department is, your job is to help promote that. So when you're there and we talk about rehabilitation and giving prisoners rights, you got to protect that. Because not everybody will believe in that. Even your fellow officers don't believe in that. So as an officer, you have to ensure that the mission of the department is enforced even among your own peers. When they do it wrong, you got to tell them, no, you're wrong. And when they get caught, you're not going to lie for them. You let them know, I'm not going to lie for you. When you screw up with the policies and you hurt people, you put my life in danger too. Because now our mission here, our mission is to change the world. And if we've got to do things to change our world and our society, we have to follow our policies. And if you violate the policy to the extent where you're going to put our institution in jeopardy, the peace and security and safety of the institution in jeopardy, I ain't going to back you for that. I'm going to be one of those trying to punish you. So that's the professionalism that comes to the job. So even you're a street sweeper, you know that government property is important. Why is it important? Because out of your taxes, your meager pay you get, we take taxes from it, and your taxes help to buy everything the government owns. And when you see people misusing government property and you keep quiet, it means that you do not care whether we take your money from you. You do not care whether you're losing money to government. Paying taxes is a bitch. I work in this country. You know how pissed off I get when I look at my checks and see them take out so much taxes because I'm a single guy. When I used to be single in the military, they used to take my money. Like hell. I had to be careful at the time how I work because certain time you work too much, they take more of your money because you're single. You see? And all the things impact us. So if you don't understand what you're doing, if you don't understand what's significant to your country and your people and to you, you end up losing all the time because you pay taxes. When every time George Weah and buys things and steal our money, who do you think they're stealing from? They're stealing from us, and we got to pay it back. In Liberia, it's not like America where people debate taxes. I think government can just raise taxes in Liberia. You don't know. But paying taxes is a bitch. And that's why under the law you have tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion is a crime. Everybody got to pay taxes. You cannot evade paying taxes. No matter how painful it is, you better pay your damn taxes. Everybody got to pay taxes. But tax avoidance gives you opportunity to avoid paying taxes. Whatever strategy you can use, whatever thing you use, as long as you pay your taxes, or you use strategies to avoid paying taxes, is legal. They can't stop you from avoid paying taxes. That's your right. But you cannot say I will not pay taxes at all. You got to pay taxes. But you can try to avoid paying taxes if you know loopholes in the law, you know loopholes in practices, different things you can avoid. Tax avoidance is legal. Okay? So just don't let it border tax evasion where only the judge got to decide that now. Because if only the judge or jury got to decide that, you're in the hands of, you're in trouble. You know, you might sing. But if you just do it to legally, not with any malicious intention of evading taxes, but just trying to protect yourself so you can get more money into your household, it's legal. So know your business. And I'm stressing the point because at every level in our society, as government officials, as citizens of Liberia, we got to know our business. We got to know our business that the only way our country will grow. You want to lead civil society, you got to know your business. You want to lead government, you got to know your business. And why do you need to know your business? I basically told some of you all this yesterday. But prior to that, when you know your business, the people who work for you, the people who answer to you, respect you more. Because they see that in you, you know what you're doing. Not only can you see it, you can do it hands on. You can get down and do it nitty gritty. And that is why they respect you. Because you know your business. You know it here and you know it with your hands. You know your business. And that's the fundamental point of leading people. Knowing your business so that when the people talk and ask you questions and are confused, you will be more confident as a leader to say, hey guys, look, this thing will work. I've seen it do it before. I have the confidence, I have the belief. I've studied it. It will work. Let's go and do it. The same thing I did with my people in Buduburam Camp. I've been talking to them forever. I said our people need vocational education, baking, cooking, not only mechanic, not only technical things with your hands. We need simple things that people do need every day, the basics of life. And I told you that way Ellen Johnson Sirleaf failed us. She won't make our women politicians. Our women are not politicians. Our women do not want to get involved with politics. Some people do, some people don't. Our women want money. They want good life. They want to enjoy. Girls like to have fun. You know, give them those things that will afford them the ability to make money, to sustain themselves, not to depend on their men, to make them independent with money. You can't make them independent with going to school for 4 years and 7 years. Some women don't want that kind of thing. Not everybody wants to go to formal education. People are interested in different things. And this is why we have to understand because everybody got to know your business. When you know your business, you are a champion. You are a champion. Right now, I get calls from some of my people in Ghana telling me, "Oh, Dad, I do this on my own. I can make this on my own now. I can do this on my own." And we've just been there 1 month, but we're reinforcing the classes because you got to know your business. And fortunately, we got teachers who know their business. So when they go there to teach, they make the class interesting for the people. Somebody had taught before. You see it on my videos here. So you got to make the people confident in your leadership. Secondly, more important, you got to know how to teach. There is no way you can lead people and be competent in your field and you don't know how to teach people. What is teaching? Teaching is imparting your experience and expertise to others, showing them what it is to be a real expert by going there and showing them it through examples. I told you about example. We're getting the example of all the things. Good, you got to set the example. And you can only set the example by demonstrating that you have that experience and expertise of the job yourself. Even if you're a street sweeper, there are certain jobs in sweeping the streets that make it easier, that make it effective. You wouldn't believe it. In America, people study everything, down to sweeping. They can write books about it. Down to garbage collection, they can write books about it. You know why? Because there are ways to do it to make it so easy and simple and effective. And there are ways, if you don't learn those ways, you seem like Jefferson Koji there in Liberia. You see, Jefferson Koji, they don't know shit about garbage collection, about city cleaning, nothing. Those are trainings. People got a good years of training for that. So when you don't have those kind of expertise training, no matter what you do, it makes it harder. It makes it harder. Because you do not have the expertise to do that job. It makes it harder. So anything you do, there are strategies to doing it. And it takes years of people who study it, people who work at it. They sit down and they start documenting it. Or if you do it this way and this way, make it faster. It will make it more effective. So you got to be able to teach. You got to be able to teach. And it is moving beyond just managing people or managing programs. Anybody can manage programs, but to be a successful leader in your program, you got to be able to move yourself from just managing the program to teaching, to getting involved with it, to giving the people the benefit of your knowledge and experience, imparting it. Okay? So that's the second thing. Know your business, then know how to teach your business. And the third thing that goes with that is you got to be a good listener. As a leader, you must be able to deal with every spectrum of your society, from the top to the bottom. And in order to do that, you got to be a good listener to your people. Sometimes it's hard. It is hard because everybody got problems. Everybody got problems. And if you are leading a group of people who feel dear to you, everybody wants to express their problems to you. And as a leader, you got to understand how to deal with that. Why? They say, listen with equal attention to superior and subordinate. Okay? because all of us can help solve problems, and everybody got information that can add to something or subtract from it. So if you talk, if you're a good listener and you don't put people off, you don't shut people off, or you pay equal attention to everybody. When you listen to the superior side, the superior, you know they're superior, so they always come, we can do this, we'll do that. So you listen to the side. Then you come down and listen to the people you control. Because you got to remember one thing. The people under you that you control are your people. They are your people. If they don't respect you, if they don't think you're competent, if they don't think you have confidence in what you're doing, you will lose them. You will fail. You will never accomplish any mission. So your superiors are people that you respect, that you get and listen. They will tell you what to do. But you also got to listen to the people that you work with, because these are the people that deal with the day-to-day operations of your business. And you got to listen to them, because there may be things going on that you may not be aware of, that they may take notice of, or there may be structural flaws in whatever the mission is. And these people must be able to pick it up. And as a leader, you got to pay them listening ears. Because whether you accept it or not, you got to listen to them. Listen to their point of view. And you say no. If it's not right, if you think you need to nip in the butt, you nip it right there. And let's move on. We ain't got time for that. Okay? But if these things are important and significant to the mission, like our working directions, people will write policy. Every time they're writing policy, they will come to us and say, Chesson, what do you think we need to put in the policy? They ask all of us, because we're working on a job. Or they would call me and say, Chesson, list all the things you think we need to know about your job, because we're writing a policy on this. What are the things you think we need to know? Right? List all of them. And I'll go in my office, and they will ask every officer to do the same thing. And all of us will go in our offices and do a memo listing all the things we feel that this position has to do, and we submit it. And all the superior will take all the memos and look at them and take out all the equal ones and look at all the diverse ones and debate them, and they come up with a policy. That's how they do policies here. So when we understand how to do these things, how these things are done, it makes our lives easier. But it comes from our leaders listening to people, listening to the superiors, and listening to the subordinates. You cannot diss the subordinates. If you're good leaders, you will never dismiss your men, because your men protect you. Not everything is juju. Your men protect you. I work in the prison. Even the prisoners protect me, because they know I punish them every day. They know I punish them, but they know if they do protect me too, and something happens and I see it, and I know they knew about it and they didn't tell me, they know they're going to be disciplined for it. They know. So anything happen in the cell, in the block, as soon as I walk in, see you, see, they happen, oh yeah, that happened, okay, thank you. Because it's reward. You help me, I reward you. I ain't going to give you to prison. But when you come here, prison, can I go do this? I say, okay, go do this. If they're minor things. Well, you're not going to give the prison up. That's where integrity comes in. That way, knowing your job and responsibilities come in. Because people will always want favor from you when you're at the top. So when you listen to your people and listen to your subordinates, your superiors, you learn from your superiors on how to deal with your subordinates. But you cannot diss your subordinates either. As an experienced leader, you got to listen to them, because they're dealing with the operation in your sector. And whatever they feel makes them unhappy, you have to find out and deal with it. So listening is good. And the other thing of a good leader, you have to and must treat everybody with dignity and respect. You got to. Not because they honor you, you just talk to them in any kind of way. You got to deal with them. You can get mad at him. And when you are mad at your subordinates will know you're mad. And they will get to know what kind of leader you are by the responsive actions you perpetrate towards them. You know, if people mess up and you forgive them, forget it. Tell them, don't repeat it. And you don't say it again, just forget it. But don't let them forget that you warned them about that. And that's the thing. Once you gotta repeat it, you warn, it's finished. I gotta tell you 10 times that you warn, you warn, you warn. No, it's documented. I read a note in my computer. I warn him over this, and I finish about it. You do it again, I come on my computer and look at all the problems that you did. So treat everybody with respect, because you got to show genuine concern and compassion for your subordinates. People honor you, come to you with problems. You can't just diss them. You got to listen to their problems. People say they're sick, they have family problems, and you have to remember one thing: family is significant in any organization. When people have family issues, you have to understand how to deal with it. You got to listen to it. You can't diss people when they come to you with family issues and with family members concerned and this kind of thing. You got to know how to deal with it. So respect and dignity are things that everybody requires. They require it. And how do you demonstrate it too? As a leader, you got to invite your people, family members to activities. You know the office having party. You know the office going to have events and things where you can invite the family to be involved. Include them. Include the family. You can't just work with the people and diss this family. If you're working with the people, you know they got family, they got children. Everybody want a boss to meet their family and children. That way we have parties. That way we have meet and greets. All these things were family, group games, group activities for the office where people can come together and meet each other, because everybody wants to be respected. You see, like they say, respect is a two-way street. You got to give it to get it. And they say a leader will be given or shown the same level of respect he or she shows others. So it's a two-way street. It's a give and take. Even in the prison, people say, "Oh, Chesson, you're scared. You're not scared to work in the prison. You brave." And no, it's not a matter. It's just brave. They say, "Oh, the inmate's scared." The inmate's not scared. Some of them are, but the real hardened inmate, they're not scared. A man doing life, what he's scared of? The only thing that kind of inmate wants is to do his life bit in peace. He doesn't want a lot of rules and regulations over him all his life. You in jail for 20, 30 years. What you got to lose? You already doing life. 40, 50 years, you're doing life. You may never come out. But you're still walking around the prison. You still got privileges in the prison. You see? What you got to lose? But those kind of people, they know they're there for a long time. They don't want to bother officers. They don't want beef with the officers. You do want officers, then it spread to the next officer. No, they don't want that kind of beef. So they mind their own business, but they're not scared. And you will notice the more you show them respect, the more respect you get from that kind of people. Because they got experience. I remember when I started in the prison, I started in maximum prison. I started in real prison, maximum security, where you got all the people doing life and things, real hard time killers doing life. That way they started all of us, and we work on the second shift. Where all the senior officers go, you got that shift, and that's the most burdensome shift in the prison. The second shift. Why? Because the second shift you always got the rookies, and the rookies always want proof that they know their jobs, and the inmates always have problem with the rookies. So that's why anywhere you work, when new guys come, people don't care too much about them because they're coming to prove something. The older guys already not prove their shit. They not get to know the inmates. Some of them, been there for long. So some of the inmates you've been there for 10 years, the inmate been there for 20 years. So the inmate been there longer than you. So you're doing time with the inmate. Every time you do overtime, you there. People who do 2-3 overtimes, they're there in the prison day and night, from morning to night. You're doing time with the people. So they know you. Some of them know you more than you know yourself. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Some of them will tell you, some of them, you always do nothing. Get out and do that, and before you forget that, they will tell you that. And you will look at them and say, you been watching me? It's scary. It's scary. Well, but people will come up to me and say, Chesson, we know your house, and you live in that greenhouse on so street. And I'm like, get away from me, man. What are you talking? The people know your house, your car. What are you doing? How do they know it? They're in prison, but their relatives and then bring the news to them because they can tell people outside what to do. So it's all respect. People respect you. They understand what you stand for. You see, in those kind of institutions, you know the punks and you know the real officers. So you see the inmates how they deal with those kind of officers. You see how they deal with real officers and you see how they deal with punks. So officers who have integrity and stand up, the inmates don't want to mess with them too much. They don't want to mess with them too much. Yeah, they will talk when they're laughing at them. But that's a good institution where you get to learn about people and respect and integrity. That is a two-way street. You got to give it to get it. You don't give it, you don't get it. No matter what kind of power you got. No matter what kind of power you got. You don't respect people and show them that they have your respect and concern and compassion to, you'll be in trouble. So these are just a few of the things what else? Let me see, check the time. There's almost time for me to leave. But we stop on this. There are other things you got to go through. So we start on integrity and respect. Tomorrow we take off from there and I will end it. I just got 2 or 3 more, but I don't want to rush to do it. So I'm teaching about leadership because every time I see people in my country talking and how people, the situation of our country, you see that our people don't know their business. And when you don't know your business, you do not talk with confidence. You do not exude leadership. And this is where we feel. Because no matter what you do under the sun, know your business. Once you know it, you become like a professional. You change that business from a mere switch trooper to a profession. Because when you know your business, you can tell them, hey, we can't sweep that side. When we sweep that side, the dike will come back and will mess up that whole area. You'll be just be sweeping for nothing. What we need to do is sweep this side and bring it down, so then we'll bring the dike, so then the dike will not come. Those are strategies of your job. Everybody don't know that. But people who are professional in street sweeping the city every day, they know strategies of how to sweep. If you don't know it, you just be sweeping like an idiot. When you sweep the place, then the dike will come from down and come right back to the same place you just swept. Because that's the way it is. The dike comes from up, the wind blow the dike down. Everything goes. So people who strategize in those kind of things, instead in the city and how the wind blow, Everything has a pattern. Everything has a pattern. That way they say, know your business. If you're a sweeper, you can study the wind pattern of the city. You know that every morning the wind goes one way. You got to listen to the meter man. You just got to do the job a number of times and be experienced at your job and be wanting to make your job easier instead of just coming and say, "Oh, let me just do the job. I care how I do it." You want to do your job effective, but yet you want to make it easier and better for you. So what you do is study your area, know your business. So a professional person who is a sweeper of the city for 5 years can tell you, say, my man, when you sweep it, you can't sweep the area first. You gotta go sweep this area first, go sweep that area, sweep that other area, then you come down to the main area and sweep this area and bring it this way. If you don't do that, when you sweep so, the dirt will come and cover the path. You sweep so, the breeze will blow the dirt back this side. And you come back here, you have the same dirty street. Those are strategies of cleaning street. So if people in Jefferson Code didn't knew that in Liberia, they would be able to do it. You got to go to get college degree, that vocational education. They find people who have swept before in the city and know how to do it and have been succeeded at doing it. They got to come and lead. They come and teach other people how to do it. So every morning you have a fresh crew going out to sweep because they just taught people the night before or the week before. So we got to study ways on how to build our country fast. If we don't do that, our people will suffer. And there are strategic ways to solve all the problems in our country. There are strategic ways to do it. And we got to find the leadership that will afford us the kind of experience we need and expertise we need to do those things we need to do to be successful at our mission at cleaning Liberia. That's my class on this for today. I will take up from where I ended today and we'll go on with the leadership class. So let me just take a break, then we'll do my Buduburam Camp.
everybody will ask questions. If you get a question, I get a question to ask you. Then in case you have questions to ask me too, then we all will learn from each other in Jesus' name. So this morning, I want you to take the notes. We have bread notes and we have cinnamon roll notes. So these are two types of notes we have this morning. And we'll be learning about the methods, about the cinnamon rolls, and we'll learn about the syrups, how you can do it in Jesus' name. Then we'll have a cinnamon roll syrup also. So we'll get there. We'll get it. So first this morning, we're going to copy those on a cinnamon roll. So if you get a pen, a paper this morning, the book, we start. And we, please, if you have kerosene, we want to erase the name from here. First of running Chesson. When the name all of them change. So if you get kerosene to your house, or if you know where you can say kerosene, you tell us in the bathroom to erase the name. Put the screw in there. Okay. How much for the kerosene? Okay. So you about to sit down and bring it for us, yeah? Okay. Now, this is the topic we're doing today, cinnamon roll. Okay. I believe you are baking cinnamon roll, right? Yeah. Okay, now the man is giving the note, so it's just the note that you're taking this morning. You have cinnamon roll, you have cinnamon syrups. These are two notes and half rice bread. Yeah. So copy. If you don't understand my writing, tell me say you don't understand my writing. Okay? Okay. Now, this thing that we're about to write, this thing that the one needed for the cinnamon roll, the basis, all the particles, all the ingredients, everything that needed to make all the cinnamon roll. So we're going to do it in measurements. So you see 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. These are the measurements we refer to. So if they ask you this, oh, do you know the measurement of cinnamon roll when it comes to the baking? Then which means you tell me the butter, the cup, the cup of butter, the sugar, all these things that what they are referring to. So now it will say mentor. If I ask the money, what's the meaning of mentor? I think after writing, we'll ask some of you, and then you explain to us what I mean by mentor. After you get method, you get the processing aspects. It doesn't matter what you do in processing aspect, we'll explain all this in Jesus' name. Okay. So now number one, we have now the cinnamon roll. There are two mixes. Cinnamon roll. There are two mixes. Because the mixes refer to the base of the atom that you're fixing. So like if you're doing cups of flour, cups of rice, these are the mixes that there. So if they mix it, what you use to fix that particular atom, these are the mixes. So the those here cinnamon roll or two mixes. So now if you're doing cinnamon roll or two mixes, even if you yourself you want to do 4 mixes, you know you act according to what you have here in Jesus' name. So now we say am I talking again? If my writing someone, you must tell me here. Yeah, you are copying a notes.